Hello, so in this video we are going to see the differences between direct and regular equity mutual funds and how you can switch them quickly to increase the interest accrued by you. So as you know, the major difference which should bother an investor is the rate of interest which you get in direct and regular equity funds. So if it's a direct equity fund, the expense ratio, which is basically the charges which are taken from your earnings by the asset management company. In the direct equity funds, those charges are less, which is very good for the investor. If these charges are less, which are basically indicated here for the direct equity fund, these expense ratio is 0.5, 0.15 to 0.5, and this is from 1.0 to 3.0% expense ratio. So the lower the expense ratio, the better it is for the investor, because these charges will not be given by the investor, and he will make more money if in case he has to pay less charges. So what is the difference between direct and regular? Direct purchase, you purchase directly from the asset management company. In case of regular, you purchase it from the distributor, and that's where you have to pay some money to the distributor, and it is not a one-time charge. Distributor charges are every year, so you are paying close to 2% more every year based on the fund which you have used. Okay, and expense ratio of any mutual fund, any specific mutual fund, if you have to see what is the expense ratio, you can quickly Google it. For example, for one of the fund, IDFC Emerging Business Fund, I have indicated here that the expense ratio is 2.3%, wherein if I take, instead of regular, if I take a direct fund, the expense ratio is only 0.5. Okay, so in case of this fund, we are seeing close to 1.8% difference. So this 1.8% more you can accrue, more interest you can accrue if in case you have opted for a direct fund instead of opting for a regular fund. So before I go here, see, many a times in the past we may have made some purchases of these funds in the past when all these things were not very clearly indicated, or they were not black and white, whether it is a direct or a regular, and that's where you have to check and you have to switch from from regular to direct. I'll inform you how in a bit. So now the difference. So for example, if in case you have invested 1 lakh rupees in a regular or in a direct fund with this kind of expense ratio, if the fund performs 14%, okay, basically both the funds are the same, so they will both be accruing 14% interest for you, for the customer, every year, but actual gain to the customer would be more. It will be 13.5%, which is 14 minus 0.5 is 13.5 for a direct, wherein for a regular it will be 11.5%, because they have to pay 2.5% as expense ratio, so 2% more. So we are seeing here that the customer makes 3.5 lakhs in case of direct fund, and he makes around 2.96 in case of regular fund. So which means the customer earns 19% more if in case he goes for a direct fund. Okay, so that's the bottom line. Please, if in case you are opting for new mutual funds, always opt for a direct plan. If in case you already are stuck with a regular plan, you have to migrate from regular to direct. Now there comes a catch. So if in case you have to migrate or move from regular to direct, it is not so straightforward, because even a switch is considered as a withdrawal, which means that you are liable to pay taxes on the switch which you do. So let's say that you have to make a switch of your fund from regular to direct plan. You have to pay LTCG on it. And what is LTCG? So long-term capital gains tax is accrued if you are selling after 1 year. If you're selling your mutual fund after 1 year, equity mutual fund after 1 year or more, you are liable to pay LTCG. So LTCG up to 1 lakh rupees is tax exempt. Okay, and beyond 1 lakh rupees you have to pay 10% tax, and there is no indexation benefit. So if you have if let's say that you are switching for a mutual fund from regular to direct, wherein the long-term income is 2 lakh rupees. So 1 lakh rupees, there won't be any tax. For the rest of 1 lakh rupees, you have to pay 10,000 rupees, 10% of 1 lakh, which is 10,000 rupees. So still you have to pay 10,000 as a tax. And that's where I propose one strategy wherein you can switch 1 lakh rupees every year, because up till 1 lakh rupees, there is no taxes, no LTCG. So the proposal is to switch only 1 lakh every year. So this demo is what we will see how to switch funds next. So this is very easy. You open your profile in KFintech, Carvi Fintech, or in CAMS, or in any other provider which you are having. Choose your specific fund which you want to switch, and there is a button for switching. So you select the switch button, and when you will switch, select the switch button, it will show you the details of what fund value you are having. And here you can select, instead of a distributor, you need to select a direct. Please make sure you need to select a direct here. And after selecting the direct, you can select the kind of fund on which you want to transfer your money to. So if I want to select this, and then I can say whether I want to do partial or full, or I want to do only for 1 lakh. So I will put 1 lakh here. And then I say submit. Okay. So this is the way to switch your funds from one to regular to the direct funds. Thank you.